Hello everybody. Today I'm just going to get kind of technical and talk about comparators, because I have two different kinds now. And the dynamo and also in the tromso, they are just regular threshold comparators. And then the 2-win is the window comparator. And what I'm going to be doing is feeding them sine waves to sine waves coming from the life form over here. And the first one sounds like that. Now if I feed that into a regular comparator, what the comparator is doing is it will output a high gate when that signal is higher than the threshold, and then it will be a low gate or 0 volts when that wave is lower than the threshold. So effectively it will transform that sine wave into a square wave. I'm going to turn off, mute the original. And now adjusting the threshold adjusts the pulse width. But the frequency does not change. So you're adjusting the timbral quality of that signal, but you cannot change the frequency. The frequency will stay the same as the input. If you take another oscillator, my second oscillator is running at a slightly higher frequency. If I plug that in to my comparator and use the second frequency as the threshold, then we will be modulating the pulse width at audio rate. It's not the happiest sound. When you adjust the frequency of the threshold of the modulating wave, you can coax some other overtones out of it, but the fundamental frequency remains the frequency of the input. So, now if I have my original signal also going to the 2-win, and its output sounds like this, the top half of the 2-win, compared to the output from the dynamo, and I'll pan the dynamo over to the left. You can also adjust the pulse width by adjusting the size of the window. And you hear that little spot right there. That is where the window gets big enough to catch the entire top half of the wave. Right here, it's outputting a gate twice per, because if this line here is my, when there's nothing plugged in, it's a 2.5 volt reference, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, 2.5 volt. And my signal is doing this, and every time it crosses that line, this outputs a gate, and so it will be outputting twice per cycle unless I make the window large enough that it just outputs once while the wave is up here. So you can get rid of that octave overtone and make it behave the same way as the dynamo. The other thing about this is, of course, this input is inverted and normal to the bottom half, so the bottom half sounds like that, and if I pan them apart, you get this kind of pseudo stereo thickening because the inversion puts them slightly out of phase. Now, the second input is normal to directly to the bottom without inversion. So, if I plug my other oscillator in, we get that. And because the window comparator outputs a gate when the signals cross over each other, adjusting the pitch of the modulating signal will change the pitch of the output. It is still kind of harmonically related to the frequency of the input, but it does behave quite a bit differently from the other kind of comparator. And so there you go, a little bit more in-depth exploration of the it's still the new module, the most recent acquisition. And I think that's it for this episode. Thanks y'all for watching. Thanks to my patrons. Thanks to my potential patrons. If you want to check that out, I'll put the link up on the screen. There's lots to look at and lots to hear. And also have a Bandcamp page that's on the screen as well. And of course, it costs absolutely nothing to like and subscribe, which you totally should do if you found this even slightly interesting. And I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.